on Lesson 4 National Insurance. This one is where we're going to look at Mike Roberts as the scenario, the computer retailer manager. But let's first go through a little bit of a reminder about national insurance. Well, this is the image I'd like you to continue with in order to understand national insurance. You've got people who are queuing up to use the national insurance money spinner. And the idea is they don't know their deductions of national insurance, so they throw in their pay packet and the machine calculates it for them. So in they go in terms of their salary, and depending on how much they earn, the salary either fills the first portion where they have no national insurance to pay. It fills the first two portions where they have a little bit of nothing to pay for national insurance, but they earn enough to push them into the second portion where they do have to pay up to 12%, or they are in the higher earners and their salary goes through the funnel, fills up all three sections. So they have a section of where some of their money doesn't have any national insurance deductions, a second part of their money does have national insurance deductions at 12%, and a third portion of their money has that 2% deductions. Well, this is task 1.1. We are only going to be dealing with Mike Roberts, who earns $36,000 per year. So here's Mike. He doesn't know how much he's going to pay in national insurance, so he's going to put his money into the national insurance spinner and it's going to calculate how much he has to have deducted from his pay. So all the pay goes in the top. And let's look at how the spinner sorts out his monthly salary. So if you remember, he earns £36,000 per year. So if we put all that wage packet into the funnel, this is what happens. He has enough income to fill the first section, and the question on the first section is, does he earn under £166 per week? Well, as you can see, he does earn over £166 per week. So we do need to go on to the second section, but if you can see there's three different taps we've got on here, and the tap for this first section doesn't take any money from him. So he can earn anything under £166 per week from whatever amount of money he has in total, and he doesn't pay any national insurance. So that means he earns $7,968, so that portion of his total salary can actually go through the machine and not cause him any national insurance deductions. Well, as you can see, there's been enough money going into the second section, so we now need to ask the question, does he earn anywhere between £167, that's obviously more than the other one, and up to £962 per week? So does his salary fall within that bracket? The answer to that is yes, he does earn in that bracket. He doesn't earn over 962, so we do need to work out some calculations here. Well, as you can see, he has reached the second portion, and it is asking the question, does he earn up to £962 per week? Well, he does. He earns £750 per week. So he's not over there. He stays in that second portion. So we need to siphon off some of his money, some of his earnings, into national insurance. So what we do is we look at his £750 and we work out 12% of that. And that gives us a total of £3,363.84. Right, Mike doesn't need to use the machine any further, because if we add up the two portions, the 7,900 odd and the remainder of his salary, which is 28,000 and a little bit more, then those two figures give him his 36,000. That's all his money. So he only goes through two portions of the machine. We'll have a look at the exact calculations on the next slide. So here's the table with everything broken down. We're going to start with the review questions, the 3 review questions that come from the spinning machine, and that's going to show you how we actually get to the bottom of all the numbers and calculate Mike's national insurance contribution. Each question, number 1, Mike Roberts. For Mike Roberts, you're going to ask the question, do they earn under £166 per week? If the answer is no, then there's no national insurance. The next question you want to ask for each one scenario we go through, still on Mike Roberts, is do they earn up to £962 per week? If the answer is yes, they earn up to £962 per week, then it's 12% that you need to apply for national insurance. And the last question for each scenario to consider is do they earn over £962 per week? If the answer is yes, then the national insurance rate is 2% on earnings above £962 per week. So let's look at the first question, Mike Roberts, who's the manager of a large computer retailer. We've met him before and he earns £36,000 per annum. We need to work out how much he earns per month. Yep, you've guessed it, 36,000 divided by 12 gives you £3,000. Next, we need to work out how much Mike earns per week. So you take the 3,000 and you divide that by 4. Using your calculators, £3,000 divided by 4 gives you... Now we're asking the questions at the top. Is that a weekly rate of Mike's over £166 per week? We can clearly see his weekly rate, £750, so the answer is yes. It's over 166 a week. The next question to ask is Mike's weekly rate over £962 per week? And the answer is no, it's not. Right, we know that Mike can earn £166 per week without paying national insurance. So what we've now got to do is turn that figure into a monthly figure. So 166 per week times 4 equals... So 166 times 4 gives you 664. We've got to turn this 664, this allowance of how much Mike can earn before he pays national insurance, so that's the 166 per week that he's allowed, that becomes 664 per month. So now we need to turn that into an annual amount to know how much can he earn per year before he starts paying national insurance. So that is 664 times 12. 664 multiplied by 12 gives you 7,968 per annum PA. We now know how much Mike can earn per year before he starts paying national insurance. He can earn £7,968 before he starts paying, but he earns 36,000. So we need to find out what that missing number is, and that's the portion of money he pays national insurance on. So now we need to calculate 36,000 minus 7,968. 36,000 minus 7,968 in a calculator gives us £28,032. We now know that Mike will need to pay national insurance on £28,032 of his salary, and we know that that rate is 12%. So now we're looking at 12% of £28,032. So in the calculator you put £28,032, 28032, multiplied by 12 and then the percent sign, and that tells you that the amount that Mike is going to have to pay is, dramatic pause there, £3,032 £363.84. So your job is to put the total amount of national insurance that Mike pays into the green square. So you've got to remember, go through and look at, he's had 2 portions of national insurance. Did he get a deduction in the first portion? And you add that to whatever deduction he had in the second. Go back and check the last slide to make sure you've understood these different portions of his salary that he gets his deductions on.